Hello everyone and welcome to another Pyro Gaming video. With the launch of Forsaken now less than 2 weeks away, I wanted to make a video showing you guys some tips and tricks that will help you get off to a good start once Forsaken launches. Now it is worth noting that in this video we will be prepping for 2 updates. There are 2 separate updates coming in the next 2 weeks. The first update is patch 2.0 and it will be dropping on August 28th, and the second update is 2.0.1 and that will be the actual Forsaken update going live. So consider that August 28th update sort of a preload for Forsaken. So I want to start things off with talking about your Guardian's power level. When Forsaken drops, the XP cap will be bumped up to 50, which is 20 XP higher than it currently is, and the actual power level or light level cap will be bumped up to 600. It is not yet known what the soft cap will be. If you don't know what the soft cap means, say for example when Warmind went live, the max power cap was 385, but you were 335 when it started, you were able to get blues that dropped up to 340. That was the soft cap, was 340. So 340 without a mod, 345 with a mod. The soft level cap is in place so that you can get your character up to a level high enough to enjoy the new content that will be dropping in Forsaken, or any DLC for that matter. So that being said, your power level going into Forsaken coming from Warmind won't really matter all that much. Sorry to say, but that 400 Solstice gear is pretty much useless, since when Forsaken drops, you will be without a doubt getting blues to drop at higher than what that Solstice armor is currently set at. In addition to that, Bungie has also confirmed that there will be a new consumable similar to one that we had in the Taken King that will bump up your light level and your XP level so that you can jump right into Forsaken with a brand new character without having to go do all the old content first. So if you are planning on creating a new character, or if you have already created a new character and you're in the process of leveling, you don't necessarily have to do that since you'll get this consumable that will do it for you. Moving on to weapons, armors, and mods, Bungie has confirmed that all current mods in the game, whether they be blue or legendary, will be retired, meaning they are going to go away, be stripped from your weapon, and will no longer exist. Now, as it stands right now, our weapon mods allow us to change the elemental type of said weapon. So what that means is in Forsaken, we will have a locked elemental type on our energy and power weapons. So what that means is whatever mod you currently have equipped on that weapon when Forsaken drops, it will be locked to that element type and you will not be able to change it. So what I would recommend doing here is if you have a favorite weapon, something like say a Mananan or a Sins of the Past, something that you're able to change the elemental type on, then go ahead and try your best, if you have 3 of each, to have your mods be 1 of each elemental type in the game. So that means 1 solar, 1 arc, and 1 void. Now there are a few notable exceptions to this. For example, the Ikelos shotgun that you get from Escalation Protocol will be moving to the energy slot, however, it will only be able to be solar. So if you have, say, a void or an arc Ikelos shotgun, don't even bother changing the mod on it. You might as well just save your glimmer. There's no point in spending any, because when it moves to the energy slot, it will be made solar by default. Same could be said for the Ikelos SMG, as well as the Ikelos sniper. Bungie is locking these weapons at solar to prevent stacking with tractor cannon, which will remain in the power weapon slot, which, to be honest, makes total sense. Some other notable exceptions that you will not have to worry about changing the mod in preparation for these updates would be things like the Perfect Paradox shotgun, Hawthorne's Field Forge shotgun, the Alone as a God sniper rifle from the raid, and the Silicon Neuroma sniper rifle from the Pyramidion Nightfall. These will be moved to the kinetic slot and will no longer deal elemental damage. And just so there's no confusion, these elemental locking mechanisms will begin on August 28th, meaning on the 2.0 update, that is when whatever mod you have on your weapon that determines the elemental type will be locked on August 28th. Also on August 28th, we will get the weapon slot changes, so things like the Hawthorne shotgun will be moving to kinetic, the Ikelos shotgun will be moving to the energy slot, so you want to make sure that you have enough room on your characters that, you're not getting too much on one slot, because things will go to your postmaster, and if you have full inventories and all of these things for all 3 characters go to your postmaster, you could potentially lose some weapons if you have all of your inventory slots full. I believe that your postmaster can only hold 20 items. I'm not 100% sure on that. If you do know the exact number, please comment down below. But you want to make sure that before the August 28th update, your Postmaster's inventory is completely cleaned out. You want to get everything out of there, throw it in your vault if you have to. Your vault will be fine. And it might even be worth it to go ahead and throw all the weapons and armor on your characters into your vault as well. Not so much the armor. Your armor probably won't be affected by the changes, but the weapons for sure, because there will be slot changes and you don't want to lose anything. So moving on to prepping for the actual Forsaken release. There are going to be several changes to how we level up and earn reputation with various vendors around the Destiny universe once Forsaken drops. The most notable change is that the planetary vendors, so that's like Devrim in the EDZ or Sloan on Titan, will no longer be accepting or granting tokens. They will be strictly planetary materials. So that's, for example, like the Dusklight shards in the EDZ. That is how you will rank up Devrim. It's also worth noting that the blue variants of these planetary materials will also be retired, meaning after Forsaken launches, you will no longer find them out in the wild. They will be increasing the ways to earn planetary materials once Forsaken drops. You'll be able to get them from opening random patrol chests, which currently grant tokens. Since tokens are being retired, they are putting planetary materials into those chests. You will also be able to earn planetary materials via completing patrol missions, bounties, and assuming public events on that destination. Not only will the planetary materials be the only way to rank up the destination vendors, they will also be required to level up certain weapons, unlocking new perks as you upgrade that weapon, as well as applying different mods to that weapon. You will need planetary materials in order to do it. So taking all that into consideration, it is a very good idea and a very good strategy to go ahead and start farming those planetary materials now in-game, while we still have about 2 weeks until Forsaken launches. This will give you a little bit of a stockpile of materials so that once Forsaken drops and you start upgrading those weapons, infusing things, and burning through those materials, you'll at least be able to get a little bit deeper into the game before you run out than you would if you started with 0. Now, as for the tokens that we currently get from the destinations that we currently use to rank up the vendors, I honestly don't have any advice as to whether or not you should start saving those tokens now for Forsaken or just be turning them in prior to Forsaken. As I said, they will be going away, meaning that you will not be able to earn them after Forsaken launches, but in the time being, I honestly don't know if they're going to grant reputation once Forsaken launches. If you have the answer to that question, please leave it below. If you are able to get rep from those tokens, then by all means go ahead and start saving them now so that you can get some of the new weapons from the general loot pool on those destinations. I have personally been turning in my destination tokens and ranking up those vendors with the hopes of building up my stockpile of legendary shards and masterwork cores. Masterwork cores you want to start hanging on to, since once year 2 begins in Forsaken, your current masterwork system is not going to be the same. So there's no point in masterworking a weapon right now and only getting half of what the masterwork will be able to do in Forsaken. Now, it is worth pointing out that you will not be able to use the new masterwork system on year 1 weapons, but still, with random rolls coming in Forsaken, I feel like we're going to get some pretty good weapons. So you want to save as many masterwork cores as you can until the launch of Forsaken so that you can masterwork the new weapons and take full advantage of the new masterwork system, which, by the way, takes 17 masterwork cores to fully masterwork a weapon. So you definitely want to stockpile those. So on the subject of random rolled weapons, not every single source of a weapon will grant random rolls. For example, the EDZ vendor, Devrim K, will not be granting random roll weapons, although it's not 100% clear whether the general loot pool from the destinations will grant random rolls, but the confirmed sources for random rolls on weapons are the Vanguard, Crucible, and the Gunsmith. So it goes without saying that you want to stockpile as many Vanguard tokens, as many Crucible tokens, and as many Gunsmith materials as you can, since those will be direct sources for random rolls. Now, the easiest way to stock up on Vanguard tokens and Crucible tokens is without a doubt doing the daily bounties. The bounties are, like I said, daily, meaning they reset every single day, and if you complete all 5 bounties, you will be rewarded with a total of 20 tokens for the Vanguard or 20 tokens for the Crucible. If you have 3 characters and you do all 3 characters' bounties each and every day, that is 60 tokens for each vendor that you can get per day. Do the math. 60 tokens a day spread out across 2 weeks. I mean, that is a lot of reputation that you will have and a lot of random rolls that you're going to get day 1 when Forsaken launches. Now, as I said, another source for random rolls that has been confirmed is Gunsmith. Ranking up the Gunsmith will give you a random rolled weapon. However, there are some changes to how we rank up the Gunsmith coming in Forsaken. It currently takes 40 Gunsmith materials to rank up the Gunsmith, and in Forsaken, it will take 100 Gunsmith materials to rank him up a single time. So it goes without saying that you want to get as many Gunsmith materials as possible. This is one that you're going to burn through very quickly. I currently have 1,500 Gunsmith materials. That is only 15 rank ups that I will be able to do in Forsaken. So I still have some more grinding to do in order to prepare my Gunsmith materials for the release of the DLC. So to round out the video, I have a few random things to go ahead and mention. I would go ahead and hang on to all your shaders and all your mods that you currently have, since in Forsaken you will have a bulk shader deletion that will actually go live on the 28th of August, and in addition to that, you will also have new mods that you will be able to obtain. So I feel like it'd be okay if you threw away your mods now, since they'll probably just drop mod components, but I would go ahead and hang on to them until Forsaken, just to be safe in case there's some kind of trade system that you can trade an old mod for a new mod, which I doubt, but better safe than sorry. You also want to try and get as many legendary shards stockpiled as you can, and when the Forsaken DLC goes live on September 4th, you want to try to have maxed out Glimmer. The reason being is because both of these things are going to be needed for infusion, and you will burn through them very quickly. Again, it's better to have it stockpiled so that you don't have to worry about it day one, and instead worry about it later in the game. This allows you to enjoy the DLC as much as you can and not having to go off and grind certain things just to infuse a piece of gear. And I want to end this video by showing you guys some really cool new Destiny 2 themed thumbsticks that Control Freak is releasing for the Forsaken DLC. You can see these things have the Guardian crest on them, they have the little logos for the Titan, Warlock, and Hunter, and they look really, really awesome. Now, if you've never used Control Freak products, I mean, you are honestly missing out. They help you aim, they feel super comfortable, your thumbs never slip off the joysticks. I mean, they're just all around great products. I've personally been using them for about 5 or 6 years now, and I can't use a controller without them. Like, if I ever take them off of my controller, I run around like a jackass. I don't know what I'm doing. It feels weird and unnatural, and I don't like it. So if you've never used Control Freak and you are a big fan of Destiny, this is a great stick to introduce you to the world of Control Freak thumbsticks. These are the medium-rise sticks, so they are that great middle ground. They cost $17.99 US, and using offer code Pyro will save you 10%, and it will also help support this channel. So if you're interested in any of that, you can find a link to Control Freak's website down in the description box below. Head over there, get yourself some Destiny 2 themed sticks, and get ready for Forsaken because it's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to bring this video to an end, guys. If you enjoyed it, click like. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, I fucking love you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.